Hey guys, it's that time of the month again. That's right, at the beginning of the month. That means it's time for a compilation video and time for me to come crashing in like the federal government to tell you how to spend your money. There's a fairly decent amount of stuff coming out in April. It's not a banner month by any stretch of the imagination, although there are a few interesting items on the list of things here. There are, as it stands right now, domestic kits from Round 2 and Revell. I've got to look into some Mobius stuff to see if there's actually going to be anything from them this month, as some of the Model King drag cars and NASCAR stuff are sort of, bouncing around out there in future development plans, but the Melrose Missile should be getting close, as well as the 62 Pontiac NASCAR should be, ending its development run. So I got to check and see maybe if the Melrose Missile is going to be coming out this month or it's next month or what's going on with that. But on the domestic side of things, we start there first as always. Revell is going to be releasing 2 automotive kits in the month of April, and they are going to be the reissue of the 1991 Ford F-350 Dually. It's going to be molded in white this time, I believe, at least from the looks of things. The original one was molded in red. There's been one reissue in between back in like the mid-2000s or so. But since then, this will only be, I guess, the second reissue of the original 91 kit. It's going to have some new decals in it, and that's it. Otherwise, it's just a straight reissue of the existing kit. I've seen a few things online about, it having a different engine or being updated to like a 93 and up, which would have the different front end on it. That's all just pure speculation and nonsense. It's just going to be a straight reissue of that 91 square body dually. And then the new tool, and I know this is something a lot of people were waiting for. It's not exactly something that's very high on my priority list, although more than likely we'll pick it up at some point, and that is the 83 Hurst Oldsmobile Cutlass. So that's going to be a brand new tool kit. As we talked about in the past, it is sort of a little monogram feeling in the way it builds up. It's not necessarily what you would traditionally consider a brand new Revell tooling. It's a little more simplified. Think the Ford Torino, the Starsky and Hutch, but it looks like it's a little more modern than that. The thing with the Starsky and Hutch car, and the reason why it's an okay kit if you're into that subject matter, is the fact that that kit was designed 11 years before it ever was released, and it therefore has that sort of clunky, not up-to-date tooling. This one is sort of kind of like the Monte Carlo SS or the Buick GNX kits in the sense of how it builds up, but it's obviously a brand new 2015 era tooling as far as parts and quality of the engraving and things like that, at least from the test shots. Round 2, it's a pretty sparse offering here. From MPC, they're going to be doing another version of the 84 GMC pickup, the Deserter, the 4-wheel drive. Now you'll be like, well, didn't that just come out last month? Yes. This one's molded in black. Yes, that's right. That's the only difference. They're also going to be doing another version of the Barris Surf Woody. Again, like, that just came out, yes, but this one's molded in orange. The one sort of, I guess, everything's a reissue, obviously, right? But the one new kit that is not a reissue of something that was just reissued is going to be a reissue of the 1965 Pontiac Grand Prix. Now, the 65 Pontiac Grand Prix, there's probably 8 gajillion of them out there floating around. But they've done a few things, as they always tend to do, to make you want to go out and buy this one. It's going to come in 2 different boxings, and they're both going to come out in the month of April, so you're not going to have to wait for one. It's going to come out in an original art series box. Now, that's the big, goofy large box that has the print of the box that you can frame and hang up. I personally don't know a single person. Now, I'm sure they're out there. If you're one of them, I'm not knocking you, but I personally don't know a single person who's actually hung a single one of those art frames. I know some people who've collected the boxed art itself and have cut the sides of the box off or folded them under or whatever and hang the box art up, but I don't know anybody who actually hangs the art part of this up. The original art series is going to be molded in white. It's also going to be about $3 more expensive than the regular, smaller boxed one that's going to be molded in teal metallic. So please, listen to me. I'm sure they'll have stickers on them when they come out, but listen to me. There's the original art series, the one in the big box. It's more expensive. It's the only one molded in white. The one that's going to be in a smaller box is going to be the regular AMT price for the regular kits, is molded in metallic teal. Very important. If you don't want if you don't want the molded in color thing, you are going to have to pony up the extra couple bucks to get the bigger boxed art series. For your trouble, you will get drag slicks in the original art series that do not come in the teal metallic regular packaging. Both kits are 3-in-1, so you can build either factory stock or as one of 2 different custom versions. They've retooled parts of the clear tree, including the custom headlight covers, and they're also including the road test accessories. Apparently that was something that came in the original kit back in 1965, and it has not been in any of the subsequent reissues since then. So, it's, again, tweaking, tooling, opening gates, all the little things that Round 2 does to make you go out and buy something that you probably already have 2 or 3 of, or could easily go find one of the Prestige Series kits or one of the ones from AMT Ertl after the Prestige Series kits. I believe maybe Racing Champions also did a reissue of the 65 Grand Prix. I'm pretty sure it was in a checkerboard Walmart box at one point. All of those are going to be cheaper to find on eBay than this brand new reissue would be, but it's fresh plastic, it's fresh decals, it's vintage box art, and there's a few little things plugged in here and there to make you want to go grab one. Also, in the month of April, Lindbergh is going to be, under that marketing line, reissue of the 37 Ford convertible. This is the fairly modern tooling, like 90s tooling that has the LT1 motor. It's completely custom. You can't do any kind of stock build out of it, and it's going to be molded in white. I think the most recent reissue of it under the J. Lloyd era of Lindbergh was molded in red. But, there's nothing new to that kit at all. It's just a straight reissue of that kit. And I know that 37 Ford convertible is not something that's even hard to get a hold of. It seems like every vendor has some of those. It was one of those kits that was sold during the fire sale that Lindbergh did through Ollie's a couple different times. So it's not a hard kit to get a hold of, and again, it's probably something cheaper to find through eBay than it is to get this one. But like I said, this was molded in white and not red. And, I guess if you're, I don't know, the Grand Prix and the 37 Ford convertible, both 2 of those kits that are just so many of, that I just sort of shrug at it, because, if you want a new one, cool, go grab it, but something else could have been reissued, right? All right, whatever. Over on the overseas things, it's a little light, to be honest. Hasegawa will be reissuing their Honda Civic VTI ETI kit and their Honda Civic Sear 2 kits. Those are the, I want to say 2-doors, right? I'm probably buried behind stuff and now I can't see it. But they're both 2-door sort of hatchbacks, or I would say 3-door hatchbacks, I guess. The Sear 2, the sportier one, obviously the VTI, the ETI are the more base model ones. Hasegawa just reissued these after being gone for a really, really long time last year, so this is just more of a restock than it is anything that's new. Hint to Hasegawa, if it's not broken because you guys turned it into the race version, how about the Civic Pharaoh, the 4-door sedan? Even if it has been permanently turned into the race car, reissue the race car, because those are really, really expensive as well. Also on the reissue side from Hasegawa, some other kits that haven't been reissued for a while, the 1988 Sauber Mercedes C9 and the 1987 Jaguar XJR 8 Le Mans version. Keep in mind that Jaguar kit is not going to come with silk cut decals, because that's evil tobacco, so you're going to have to source that from someplace else. BMAX going to be doing their 3rd version of their ST-165 Toyota Celica rally car. This one for the 1990 Safari Rally. That is the Kenya Safari Rally. Again, you will have to source your Marlboro decals for the rally placards and logos. Fujimi reissuing the Vents, which is a sponsorship. 94 Mercedes-Benz AMG C-Class DTM car. We talked about this just last week of what a just absolute junk kit that is. But it's the only game in town for a 94. And also reissuing the Toyota Altezza RZ200 under the Z edition. That's going to be a JDM only car. It's not the Lexus IS 200 300 kit that they also did a long time ago. This is going to be strictly an Altezza. Will come with window masks for the first time. And then last but not least, in April, Aoshima will be reissuing a number of kits. There are no more new kits. I should say, there is one more new kit. April is allegedly when we're going to get the Sandbar fire truck, but again, we still haven't seen any box art or really any development of that kit, so I'm not positively sure it's going to really make it out in April. But at this point, it will be 8 months past its release date if it doesn't come out in April. And so we're going to get reissues of the Lamborghini Aventador 50th Anniversario kit, the Laurel Medalist Club S, the HCR 32 Skyline GTS M, that's the four-door Skyline kit. Both of those kits come with engine inserts. The 530, or the S30, not the 530, the S30 Fairlady Z Custom, reissue of the Beskar Vintage Toyota Celica 2000 GT Liftback, reissue of the Toyota Racing Development Toyota Truno AE86 N2, reissue of the Toyota Truno AE86 Initial D Volume 1. That's the comic book version, the original kit version that has no extra parts. It just builds a straight-up Truno. Reissue of the Liberty Walk Japan four-door Skyline. That's the original Liberty Walk kit, the number 1. Reissue of the Hakosuka Works two-door, and that is the fourth kit that they did. That's a powder blue car, I think. No, I'm sorry, it's not the powder blue car. It is the Ken and Mary Works two-door, the kit number 6. That is the powder blue car. I'm trying to think of Hakosuka Works car. I think is green. But the Hakosuka car is the 1960s GTR. The Ken and Mary one is the 73 GTR. That's sort of the fastback version. And then also the Shakaten Kyoji's Choice, the race-inspired Hakosuka style four-door. That's not an actual race car, but it was a Liberty Walk car that is inspired by an actual Japan Grand Prix car from back in the day. And that, guys, is what there is for the month of April. So there's a few things there to look forward to. And, we'll be back later on today with the actual real Stash Report to go over the end of the month releases. It's going to be a really good show, really seriously, for everybody who saw our little gag video we did this morning. And anyway, guys, we'll see you on the other side.